let's talk about the draw. Many Italians won't be there. This Italian will be. In fact, I'm catching a flight in a few hours.
Is that why we're recording this at 6 o'clock in the morning?
We're recording this at stupid o'clock, as I like to say. But out there in Doha, I mean, I think this World Cup is going to be unlike any other because you've got 8 stadiums. For those who haven't been to Qatar, essentially it's one city. Okay, the whole country is one city. There's other dots on the map, but they're like gas stations. Okay, so and they've crammed 8 stadiums in there. The draw is going to be a little bit different in the sense that apparently they're going to do this all by FIFA rankings. So they're going to make Qatar as a host nation will be one of the top seeds. And people say, oh, how is it possible because Qatar are rubbish? Well, they're not very good. But you know what? Russia weren't very good either.
No.
South Africa. If you're the host nation, you get to be a top seed, right? Deal with it.
Didn't Russia do quite well in the end?
But they weren't good.
No, they weren't good.
No,
did
they
quite
really
well in
weren't
the end.
good. In the end, yes. And let's not ask too many questions there. The rest is going to be done by the FIFA rankings. As of right now, these are the top 7 nations in the FIFA ranking. Okay, Belgium, Brazil, France, Argentina, England, Spain, and Portugal. I should point out these are the top nations that are going to the World Cup because there's other nations that are higher ranked that are not going to the World Cup and they play in blue and won 4 World Cups. But let's not talk about
And a
that.
European Championship.
And very recently, 2
yes.
European Championships in total, in fact. Now, this could change. Portugal might not be a top seed because they're going to go with the FIFA ranking, which comes out on May 31st. I haven't gone and worked out all the permutations. Could they lose it? FIFA ranking is a bit complicated. But for argument's sake, let's pretend they're a top seed. And we've already spoken about Portugal. So let's focus on the other 6. My first obvious question is there an obvious favorite for you out of those 6?
No, there isn't an obvious favourite. On paper, I still always look at France and the players they've got and the quality they've got and the fact that they've done it before, that they should be the favourites because I think they're an outstanding side. But we saw at the European Championships them go off the ball slightly, not play to their full potential.
Do they have an outstanding manager? Because I'm always critical of Deschamps because of the way he plays, and I don't think he plays to strengths. But then he won a World Cup and I didn't. So. In fact, he won 2 because he won one as a player as well.
I think they could be more adventurous. I think
would they be better if they were more adventurous?
I think they would be, yes. And they had a bit more freedom to go and play. I think they've been too negative for too long. When you've got the sort of players they've got in their side and you've got the quality of Conte as a holding midfield player, you can go and let other players express themselves. And I don't think he does that quite enough. And that's maybe one of the reasons why they don't always fulfil their potential.
Yeah, I would agree with you that I would put France up there. For me, I think Brazil and Spain also belong. I mean, if we are going to make a top tier of top seeds. I mentioned Brazil because I think they play like a club side.
Yeah.
And that's really special for a national team. I think it's true to some degree with France as well, to be fair. Although Brazil play like a better club side, in my opinion. The way they press and the way they move. And is it a big deal, perhaps, that they don't have a superstar centre forward?
I think it's good for them. They are a good team at the moment. As you say, they press the ball well. They play as a team. They've got some outstanding individuals, but not the greatest individuals. And
at centre, they have Neymar.
Yeah,
so easy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll still go. I'll still go to. They've got some very good players.
Okay.
Not great players. And they had such a good qualification. They've got to be one of the favourites, surely.
And what's your take on Spain?
I really enjoyed watching Spain at the Nations League finals. I thought they were outstanding. It was Italy's first loss. I'm sorry to bring that up again.
Yes.
They played really well. Some of their young players, when you look at Pedri, Gavi, Ferran Torres is coming to the fore now. They're a good side and they play a good brand of football. I think they look well organised. I think the manager's got them playing the way he wants them to play. And they are going to be tough to beat. And on their day, they're going to be a side that completely dominate possession and make the opposition look foolish at times. So they're a side that have to be reckoned with.
Is there a bit of a Morata dependency? Not Morata dependency because he's so good and he carries them. Morata dependency because, he's giving him the captain's armband, at least for now. He seems to really like what Morata brings, but we know with Morata, we saw it at the Euros, that sometimes he can have a touch of the Ciro Immobile.
I could say about Morata, I've seen him have probably the 3 best centre forward performances I've ever seen in games when he was playing for Juventus the first time round. But I've also seen him play absolutely shockingly for Chelsea and for Spain on occasions. So if his confidence is high, he's a great player. If his confidence is low, you might as well get him out of the team.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.